I'm Sam, and this is Amazing Travels. You guys already know how much I love Seoul, but I decided to get out of the city for a couple of days and I took a trip down south to one of Korea's lesser known places, at least for international tourists. It's a place called Jeonju, and this city, although it has 600,000 people, their traditional Hanok Village feels like an escape. Hanoks are like these traditional Korean style homes that have like the shingled roofs and they kind of point out. And Jeonju has one of the largest collections in all of Korea. So this little Hanok village is really where most of the tourists go. And naturally, that's where I decided to go as well. But the unique thing is that most of the tourists that go to Jeonju are Korean themselves. I'm not gonna lie, one of the reasons I really wanted to go to Jeonju was not just to see these traditional Hanoks, it was to enjoy the food there because UNESCO named it a City of Gastronomy about 10 years ago in 2012. And your girl loves to eat, so obviously I had to go try the food. The most famous dish they invented in Jeonju was probably Bibimbap, which I had the dolsot Bibimbap and it was so delicious. I mean, incomparable to any other that I had in Korea, seriously. Another thing that they do amazingly in Jeonju is Makgeolli, which is traditional Korean rice wine. When you have rice wine, usually you share it with friends and you get a bunch of little foods and appetizers to go with every bottle that you order. I happened to do this trip solo, so I got all the benefits, just no one to share it with, and you will see what I mean in just a little bit. Jeonju considers itself a kind of cultural capital of Korea because so many cultural things have come out of there. Mainly probably is because the Joseon dynasty was founded there. And then that dynasty was successful for over 500 years. So yeah, that's a pretty big claim to fame. Other than that, they have the National Intangible Heritage Center, which is very cool. It's things like dance, paper making, all those things that we hold very important in culture, but aren't necessarily like a statue of something, you know what I mean? It would be nearly impossible to pick what I liked better, Seoul or Jeonju. They just offered me two totally different things, but I really enjoyed my time in Jeonju. It was so tranquil and very different from Seoul, and it's absolutely spectacular. So if you are ever in South Korea, highly recommend a trip to Jeonju. It does translate to the perfect region. Jeonju, the perfect region. And it was pretty spot on. Check it all out here in the Week in Review. Jeonju is just 2 hours away by train from Seoul. Now we are at the main palace where they keep the portrait of the very first king of the Joseon dynasty. This is a replica, but they put the real one up once a year. This is just more of the grounds of that palace. And these are the records that were kept of every king for hundreds of years. This is the Catholic Church in Jeonju. And we are looking at the southern gate, which once protected the city, a little bit of downtown, and just look at this beautiful Hanok. This is the traditional architecture that I've been talking about. Fun fact, these holes that you see underneath the building is actually the furnace. So it would like heat the buildings from the floor, from the underground up. So the governor who lived here must have been nice and warm during the winter. I ate bibimbap here at this restaurant, which apparently invented bibimbap. It comes with all these sides and you're supposed to mix it up and spoonful it into your dolsot bibimbap, which comes on this super hot bowl. Listen. Seriously, so good. This is what the traditional Hanok village looks like. It's just quaint little streets. Right here, I decided to stay at a Hanok. This is where I actually slept. When I walked in, they were drying the sheets. Let's check in. Adorably, they put my room reservation right there, taped to the window, so I was able to check in whenever I wanted. Here's the interior, no furniture except for that mat, which serves as a bed. Beautiful, beautiful woodwork and a bathroom that's basically all in one, baby. Hanok Village. Not my room locked by a padlock. That's amazing. So traditionally in Korea, it was the men who used these decorative fans to keep themselves cool. Right now, you're looking at a 600-year-old ginkgo tree, and these are just the little alleyways of the Hanok Village. You could really get lost in its maze-like structure. Just absolutely beautiful. They still make traditional paper right here in the village. This man is making it right in front of you, and these ladies are drying it to make sure it gets that paper-like feel. A picturesque overlook of the Hanok Village from Omokdae, a traditional structure, and this is the National Intangible Heritage Center where all the exhibits are. Here is a traditional dance that I got to see. Just so cool. Check it out. Get your fortune told here. Let's see what I get. Let's play. My sign. All right. Once it rolls out, they have these mouths for you to crack open your fortune. Do we think it'll be also in English? Certainly is not. We're gonna have to translate this later. The place I had my rice wine dinner. I have made a grave mistake. So this is something Makgeolli you're supposed to try here in Jeonju, and it comes with a food service. I want to try it, so for sure, let's do it. They literally knew I was alone and did not care, served me the entire shebang. Look at this delicious dish after dish. Bomb. I don't know why it's black, but it is so good. This, I still have no idea what it is, but it tastes fantastic. This, I was not a fan of. I think it's like cow cheek, and that little side dish was super, super salty. This, I think it's pork and rice and seaweed. Bomb. This was pork, and I think cabbage and tofu, also delicious. Whatever, we can have pumpkin all the time. This thing is very good. I don't know what it's filled with. This is basically like a pork burger patty. Still good. These were good. Don't know which shellfish that is. This egg frittata thing, super good. And this potato pancake thing, super good. The rice wine, bubbly and delicious. It makes so much sense now. Table for two. All that food and that wine for 30 bucks. I mean, seriously, like 4, 5, 6 people could have eaten from that. Jeonju's my spot. And I've got some rice wine for the Hanok. Oh yeah, let's go. Did I mention Jeonju's nestled in the mountains with a beautiful river flowing through it? Okay, well now you know. I mean, gorgeous. The casually delicious breakfast they served me at my Hanok accommodation right at my door.
Oh my god, it's a croissant waffle. It tastes so good. So good.
Welcome to the Jeonju Village, which is right on the outside of the traditional Hanok Village, and it used to be a shanty town that they beautified with these cute murals. This mural village is so cute, and views of the mountains. So many awesome photo spots and interesting murals like this one of my favorites. I got it in my head to go to some temple, and now I'm climbing like 45-degree angles up a mountain. Why do I do this? Looks a little sus around here. I don't usually call it, but it also doesn't usually look like this and have weird moving things. So I'm gonna go back down. Ended up finding this Buddhist temple after that suspicious walk. Now we're at Daeokjing Park. No way, we got a show going on today at the park. Let me tell you, it was the middle of the week and these people were jamming, singing. Person after person just kept getting up there and belting their heart out. Really interesting to watch. So at this Daeokjing Park, it is famous for lotus flowers. Normally, this entire field of, actually it's not a field, this entire pond is covered in lotus flowers, and despite them not being there, it was still gorgeous, complete with waterfall and everything. I decided something fun to make my own perfume. I'ma smell good. It was definitely a random yet fun little activity that piqued my interest before I left Jeonju. Here we're looking at some more rice wine. They sell it all over the city. Definitely take some home. Slightly bubbly, slightly sweet, absolutely refreshing, delicious. This was the best iced coffee I've ever had. It was rose. Also, it was beautiful. One last thing, this bakery in Jeonju invented the choco pie, which is fantastic. Try one when you're there. And I guess that's all for Jeonju. See ya!